this is an area we've been developing recently. We're hopefully going to turn it into a kind of small edible forest garden. So something that anyone even with a small space can hopefully use something from this. So this area here is going to be a woodland style planting. This bit here is the space just to put our blueberries, because they're sat in these wee buckets and they're not getting enough room for their roots. So we're going to get this bit dug out, filled with peat and compost. The peat's important because it makes the soil acidic, which is what the blueberries thrive in. They can go a pH as low as 5. Right, so now we're going to be planting these 3-year-old blueberries. The thing to remember with the blueberries is, for planting, they're not particularly deep rooted. Pots like this will suffice, but they do need quite a width around them. They do like to spread, so that's why they haven't done so well in these buckets. Now, I'm going to use the opportunity before I plant them to prune them. I'm going to use the opportunity to prune them before I plant them. Now, the first thing you want to remove is any diseased or dead looking wood. As you can see along here, see how it's kind of darker, and if you scratch underneath the surface, you'll see that the wood's there's no green wood, it's all brown. Which makes that completely dead wood. Don't be worried about taking too much off. They will regrow new shoots and they'll be a lot healthier for it. Even something like that, it's going to come back with new growth next year and fruit the year after that. This one's another prime example. It's got lots of old wood and we're better just taking that away. You also want to take any crossing branches off. See how they're crossing there? Get that right off. That's them all pruned. Now we've got to do is plant them. We're going to be planting these. It's called a shuttlecock fern. Fiddlesticks essentially is a kind of edible fern. So the acidic conditions here, it's going to do quite well. There's also this section here. The water table is about 1.5 to 2 foot below. So that extra moisture is going to be perfect for ferns, but not so good for a lot of other plants that aren't going to want their roots sat wet. So we'll get these in, see how they do. One about here. Another one about here to see how it does. Slightly higher up. The last thing to do is give it all a mulch. We're going to be using pine needles with a bit of other leaf litter. So just spread the mulch around. Leave a wee gap where the fern crowns are. Now there's a lot of stuff online about how pine needles turn soil acidic. and I'll be honest, I'm not that convinced. What we're hoping here is, I mean, it's in peat, so it is already acidic. We're hoping the pine needles will help it retain its acidity because they rot down slowly. So it works kind of like the way a peat bog would work. Generally, I think if you put these pine needles onto any normal soil, they're going to rot down to neutral, or about neutral, slightly acidic, but it's actually a good article about different mulches and their effect on pH on the soil, and it talks about retaining acidic soils and keeping them acidic as well. So what I'll do is I'll put a link in the description to that. And there we are, that's our blueberry bed started off. The next bit we're going to plant up is this bed here. This is going to be where our mulberry tree is going to go, and some Chilean guava, and then we'll put some understory plants in it and things we can forage probably in the spring. We'll see how we get on. And once that's done, there's just that section there, and we'll have our small forest garden started off.